going on, guys? It's gonna be a real quick video, just basically kind of answering some questions with, well, not really answering questions, just kind of putting out there. I was concerned about my Fine Knock Learn. I was getting a little bit of feedback Fine Knock Learn during certain driving conditions, and MA Performance wrote well, they posted a video, and then they asked in the video, hey, tell us what you think about our tune. How's it been working out for you? So I wrote a comment on there, and they told me to call the store or the shop, whatever. They got a hold of Adam for me. He called me back within 30 minutes. Really cool dude. I think I talked to him almost about 10 months to a year ago. Basically, I'm not going to be able to explain it the same way he was. The dude's very sophisticated. It's going to probably sound stupid from me, and I may be explaining it wrong the way he described it. But this is the best way I can describe what he was saying. So I was kind of bringing to him my concerns about how when I drive a certain way, fourth or fifth or sixth gear, when I barely just touch the throttle to go around somebody or just to accelerate, I get a little bit of feedback knock learn, or fine knock learn, sorry. And I was concerned about that. It's completely normal for what he's saying. It's completely normal. So what happens is, I guess, it's not always gas situations. Like a lot of people say it's bad gas. It could be bad gas. That's very possible. But the FA motors are so picky. They're basically, the computer is registering something that it hasn't seen before. So I live about a mile from my work, and I usually just wide open throttle all the way there, or I'm in third gear, I'm flooring it, something like that. So my car and the computer is getting so used to the way I've been driving for 3 years that the way I've been driving lately on really long trips or after like 20 minutes, I'm kind of like granny shifting. I'm in fourth or fifth gear, sixth gear, going 60 miles an hour, and I just touched the gas. Not all the time, but every now and then I'm getting a little bit of fine knock learn, and that's what kind of concerned me. He basically explained it as it's normal. As long as I'm not getting full throttle knock, I'm good. I'm not going to be able to explain it anywhere near like the way, he did. But only thing I can really say is my car is okay. There's probably a bunch of you guys out there I know that wrote comments to me saying that they can't figure out their issue. If you have MA Performance, I would call MA Performance and talk to Adam. Let Adam explain it to you. Explain to him what's going on with the car when you're seeing these different, whether it's fine knock, or feedback knock, or if it's fine knock learn, when your dam's going down. Because like I said before in previous videos, I always thought that it was horrible wrong if the dam goes down. Yes, one is ideal, but from Cobb theirself, with these motors in MA Performance, it is very normal for these cars to drop down to a 6 and go back up to a 1 within a few days to a week, depending on how long it takes for you to drive whatever style you have to drive at for the computer to register, and just basically it's pulling timing, whether it's bad gas, whether it's friction, whether it's something along those lines. The car is gonna basically fix itself, and it'll eventually that dam will rise back up. I do know, and I did realize a while back, about a month ago, when my dam did go down to like a 6 and a 7, when I would gun it, my car would feel slower. That may just be me, but I honestly don't think it is. I think that's when it feels slower like that, it's basically because the car's pulling timing, because it's seeing something that it's not used to, or registering, and it's basically just trying to protect the motor. I noticed that when my car went back up to 1, I mashed the gas, even on a hot summer day in Florida, 98-degree weather, and it's completely different than it was at like a 6 or a 7 of the dam. So I could be wrong about that. It could be just me in my head thinking that, but yeah. But anyways, if you go to Cobb's website, do some research about the 2015 plus WRXs with knock, fine knock learn, feedback knock, and dam, you will feel better about it. If you have any questions, I would honestly contact MA Performance or Cobb and talk to them. Don't just take it from me. I mean, there could be some people that have something wrong with their car, whether it's a bad mass airflow sensor, dirty airflow sensor. I think the other thing that was common was, but this is for like 15 and up. Mine's a 17. Like if you have a dirty check valve, I think it's called. You know, that can get gunked up. That can actually cause some problems. There's a few different things. Bad gas, watered down gas. You know, they say it's 93 and you fill up with 93 and it's really not 93, it's 91, or a diluted gas. There could be all different types of things. But my car is basically stock besides exhaust and the tune from MA Performance. I talked to him about intake because I was kind of questioning about getting an intake for a while. I had a tuner tell me, I'm not going to mention this tuner's name, I think I already did before, but I don't want to bag on him. But I had a guy tell me basically in emails and on the phone that he doesn't believe in intakes without a box. Adam told me basically in Florida, and he had a good point actually after I thought about it. Would you want an intake where I live in Florida with a box? If you have an intake with a box and you're trapping all that hot air in there and you're in 30 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour, and you exhilarate, you're not doing anything for your car. If you have an intake without a box, just like kind of like a heat, like a cover that goes around it, you actually notice a little bit more different gains. That's what he told me. Now, it's not gains horsepower wise. You may get 3 horsepower with intakes. I know they don't do anything. It's more of just a sound thing, but I'm used to having an HKS blow-off valve and front mount intercooler on my old cars and it's sounding like it's turbo. This car doesn't sound like it's turbo all the time, so I want to kind of do something about that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with an intake from them. I mean, really cool guy, really cool company. You know, I read a bunch of other intakes. I think I'm not going to dog on intakes, but there's a few that I would never get brand-wise. But like MA Performance, Cobb, and Grimspeed, I think I would go with. I'm going to go with MA Performance just because I have the tune. And he was explaining to me that it's more of, you notice difference with exhilarating. Like if you're at whatever speed and you're flooring it, it spools up faster. It's not really doing much for power. It's just more of a better exhilarating gain, I guess, versus horsepower. So yeah, we're gonna go with the intake, I'm pretty sure, and I think then there's 1 or 2 more things we're gonna do, and that's it. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a thanks to MA Performance. You guys need to really give them a shot, and if you have any problems with your cars or any knock or anything like that, I would honestly call them. And if you're running Cobb's tune, I would call Cobb. So yeah, that's it, dude. Peace.